Alright, so I'm going to try to keep this one short. GGG didn't want us to be proccing heralds off of each other and like chaining off of screen with no effort. So if you look at the patch notes, the on-kill effects of herald skills can no longer trigger from kills caused by herald skills. I mean, sure, that makes sense, right? Because it used to be that you would kill something with, let's say, lightning damage, and then that would proc a Herald of Lightning, and then you would zap mobs with it, and you would add cold damage to it so that the lightning would also shatter. And then those shatters would proc Herald of Ice explosions, which you would support with lightning damage, and then that would feed back into the Herald of Lightning. And yeah, I mean, that method no longer works. But what if we take a different approach? We kill something with cold damage, we proc the Herald of Ice, and then we have that proc something else. In this example, I'm going to be proccing Armor Explosion with the Warbringer's node, which allows elemental damage to break armor. So now we have a situation where we're hitting something for cold damage, it's proccing a cold explosion, the cold explosion is breaking armor, which is causing an armor explosion. The armor explosion is supported to deal cold damage as well, so then that just feeds right back. Yeah. I mean, we're kind of back to where we were. Let me see. So this character is level 49, and I am doing a level 14 zone, but that's because I'm using a mace that is pure physical. I'm only using mace strike, so treat this more as a proof of concept. We waited 4 months for this patch. Alright, what else can I say? So, in order to do this, all you really do need is some initial attack. Which is then going to be converted to either lightning or cold through, standard skill jumps. You're going to support that attack with Ice Bite if you're going for cold damage, or Innervate if you're going through lightning damage. That is going to give you a buff that gives all of your attacks a global gain as of the corresponding element. So then that's going to proc its respective herald. And then you're going to have your herald be supported by armor explosion. And then your armor explosion is going to be buffed by Innervate or Ice Bite, so then that's just going to feed right back into your heralds. I believe I read somewhere in the patch notes that freezing had been nerfed, so maybe shock is an easier or more reliable way to go about it. But the Herald of Ice AoE is also a little bit better in the base radius. So make of that as you may. There are also other explosion effects, which you could be using here instead of armor explosion, but I'll leave that as territory for you guys to explore. Yeah. Have fun blasting maps, you degenerates.